Hey, I'm Lee, and this is Cass. And this is Cass Lee Productions. Yeah, Cassidy's not really here. I'm at my dad's house, and I forgot to bring Cassidy, sadly. So this is the stand-in. Say hi. Hi, I'm Cass. Okay, I'm not a very good puppetry person, but a ventriloquism person. Okay, get over yourselves, people. Okay. So let's see, I didn't actually pick a video before I started this, and I'm sorry this quality is like this. I don't have this good lighting here. I'm trying to use my phone, that's why my face looks slightly blue, and it didn't improve the quality like I was hoping it would. So you're gonna have to deal with the glitchy screen. Apologies. Okay, so let's see. What topic do we want to talk about? This is gonna be a long pause in the other video. Okay. Let's just go deal with things I do when I'm bored. That's sure to be interesting. I mean, to some people at the very least. Let's say that. Okay, so one thing I do when I'm bored and I don't have internet, because for the longest time I didn't have a cool phone like the one I'm using for my lighting right now. Ta-da! This is really fun, by the way. Look at that. Look at the pretty. Look at the pretty. Sorry, I didn't take my medicine today, so I'm gonna be even more than usual. Let's set this back up here. Ugh, it's really weird because one side of my screen's actually broken. It's like this part right there, so I can't see that whole entire side of that screen. Yeah. Continuing on. So I just take a bunch of pictures and, just mess around and take random pictures of practically anything or anyone because I just have like one of those small slidey phones. So all I could do is take pictures with that. And they did have a few cool filters on it. I mean, they had negatives. I like the negatives. And they had a few other ones, but I didn't use those as much. They had like one that was just, solid colors, which just honestly isn't as fun as negatives. It's like reverses all color. It's fun. It doesn't exactly reverse it per se, but either way. Okay, next is ugh. This one is actually sort of a story. I was in the band room and we were watching a movie and it was Jurassic Park. And I'm not a big Jurassic Park fan, so it's weird where you can't see all my hand motions down here. I'm sitting on the floor doing this. Let's see if I can. Yeah, let's go like that maybe. Can you? I don't know. I could sit up here, but I'm using a very small stool this time, so. Okay, but I was in the band room and I was getting bored because I really don't like Jurassic Park that much. Sorry, people of the internet, but I just don't. I mean, it was kind of the newer version, which is definitely different than the older version. I just know that my cousins always used to freak me out when I was like 6, so kind of ruined it for me. And I decided that I wasn't going to watch the movie. And so instead, I started to more or less make chair art with the band chairs there because not everyone was there. So I was taking out chairs and yanking them out and forming them in a flower circle. And then my friends were like taking them away. He's like, give me back my chairs. And so they kept on stealing my chairs. And so then I decided I'm just gonna look at the floor. And so I started crawling on my hands and knees across the floor just looking for things, period. And I ended up coming across a ladybug on the floor and I was like, how did this ladybug die? And so I started going all like Sherlock Holmes on this ladybug. I'm like, one side of its wing is missing, but not the other. So maybe someone just accidentally broke it as they were walking across the floor. It probably just, got trapped in here and died, and so on and so forth. And I was just analyzing the to high heaven and back, this tiny little ladybug, like smart. And ever since then, whenever I get bored, I look on the floor and look for maybe like strange markings or something like that, or other like bug carcasses, and just do the same thing because, hey, I don't have much to do with my life sometimes. Exams. Okay. The next one on the list is one time at band I was waiting for my mom to come and pick me up, and I got really bored, so I went around the whole entire outside of our school counting security cameras. Then I texted how many security cameras were outside the school and sent them to my mom. Then I went inside the building and started counting all the security cameras. And then I sent those to my mom. And then I added them together and sent them to my mom. Honestly, something had happened at the school. I'd probably be the first suspect for whatever went down because it was very obvious I was counting security cameras. Yeah. So I'm lucky nothing happened because of that. So try not to be suspicious, kids. It's not good. But I was bored, so I just went around counting them and noticed a pattern. And may or may not have taken notice of some blind spots. I promise I didn't do anything. Except for maybe secretly help my friend in one of her assignments for someone else for money. No, we didn't do that. Okay, the next one is... Let's see. I write stories, but I don't write them on paper. I write them in my head. So I think of a story idea and I just run with it. I'm going to be talking about this more in a later video. And that's how I write my stories personally, because everyone has a different way of writing the stories when it comes to that. You know, some people write them down and then you type them and so on and so forth. Some people do other things. And as far as I know, not a lot of people just write stories in their head because they have a hard time keeping track of them. And honestly, it is sort of hard, but it's funny because sometimes I read a story in my head and it'll remind me of another one. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I think that's cool. Corrections. Okay. I have to keep checking this paper because my mind is ditzy right now. Maybe that's not the right word. I also like to edit photos now that I have a phone, but we don't have an unlimited data plan. So I downloaded a bunch of things to edit photos, and I just edit photos when I'm bored on my mind because I can do that without internet. And I like digital imaging. It's like in my blood. Well, not quite, but I like making photos look pretty or changing them up. Honestly, I'd share some of them, but technically, if I did that, it would be illegal due to copyright laws. There's a few I could show you that I used where I just edited my own pictures and used them, but yeah. I'm also afraid of someone stealing those pictures, though. It's like, that's my money. How dare you sell my picture without my permission? Because I don't have mine copyrighted. Okay, next one is, let's see. The other times I just honestly get into like deep human philosophy within my own brain. Other times, like I debate was it the meaning of being human, or what was it different meanings of words, or how some sayings contradict one another. I was actually gonna make a video of that because I've noticed sayings contradict each other. Honestly, not too many of them do that I've been able to come up with. Some of them it's just like technically in the entirety of ideas different from two social bases, depending how you like analyze the situation. Again, I get really deep into this, like, you know, freedom and what that really means and stuff like that. I go really philosophical. In fact, it surprised my psychologist. So she's like, dang, that's deep. And I was like, I know, isn't it? It's totally deep. So that's that. I say so a lot. I've really got to stop doing that. Ugh. Gotta find another filler word. I don't know what it's gonna be. The other thing I do is write comics. Because, as I told you, I have my own writing style, but I use that more for writing comics. Because, as we all know, you don't have to be a great artist to be a cartoonist. Now, some people are really good, but let's say it's like the cartoons in a newspaper where they don't always, per se, have a storyline. In fact, it's more like what I do here, but definitely more story-oriented than just me going off in random tangents on whatever I want. That felt really good. Okay, so that was actually all for this video. I probably meant to go more in depth, but I'm probably not slightly sleep deprived and stress. So much stress from exams. Anyone who has exams knows they're stressful. So stressful. I feel so dead, and I haven't even really started studying yet. Maybe that's why I'm stressed. Probably is. So you all know the deal. Like, subscribe, comment, do things that you do in your lives. Try to do it efficiently and well so you don't freak out like I do. Yeah. Life! Bye!